Happy Halloween, everybody. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. My name is Jarret McAllister, the virtual solar pro. If you're watching this training on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your fellow solopreneurs. I am super excited because my main man, my brother from another mother, back from the other side of the pond on a 45-day Europe trip, is back in the house. What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, Jarret. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's great to be back. We'll get into that 45-day Europe trip a little bit. It was pretty epic. And yeah, can't wait to end the year off strong and get to today's training.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was eventful while you were gone. We'll just put it like that. But I can't wait to kind of get into, your trip. I'm sure you're going to share your experience. 45 days is a long time to be out there, but just another benefit of being a virtual solar pro on this beautiful platform of ours, the ability to take that much time off, be with your family, spend time with your father, celebrating birthdays. Truly incredible. So with that said, actually I want to share. So did everybody have a good Halloween? Do you guys go to some Halloween parties over the weekend? Put in the chat what you were. One of my favorite costumes is Owen right over here. We got Ted Lasso. If you don't know that character, it's amazing. Way to keep it positive. There he is.
Look at that mustache.
If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, it's a great show. It's all about belief in your team and just go for it. You know what I mean?
Love it. Absolutely, man. And staying positive, which we must do in this environment. It's easy to go down the other path, but we must stay positive. And then I'll share my screen. I had a pretty cool costume. That's why I'm rocking the mustache. Where we go? There we go. Me and my wife, hottest couple in the country. Tay Tay and Kelsey. Two things at once. I think she looks better than Taylor Swift. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a little biased, but yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. We had a great party here at the McAllister Casa. That was fun. So let's kick off this training like we do every single week with some success stories. So raise your hand, put it in the chat. I'll call on you. We'll get some success stories going. Bill, quick with his hand raised.
Real quick.
He does every single week. What do you got, dude?
Hey, buddy. Went to a Halloween party on a Saturday night, dressed as myself. That's as creative as I could get. But I did, in fact, recruit a young man to the platform through a brand new consultant. And actually, I didn't do it. It's through my son, Chris, who's getting on the platform. And I don't know if he's on this call or not, but welcome to him. And so we got a little team going here locally. Pretty good.
Excellent, man. Great job, Bill. Love that. Constantly bringing people onto the platform, growing your team. Great job, dude. And yeah, I can only imagine seeing you during a Halloween party. Like, wow. Just joking. All right. We have the host of my favorite training and probably the best training on this platform, next to this one, but it's so much content. I mean, totally delivering value to the community. The Solar Bowler, Jason. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. I appreciate the welcome and the kind words. Thank you so much. Actually, absolutely. The win is more or less about that. A lot of us, and I guess I just want to speak from my own experience, my own testimony. I think a walking testimony is very powerful, but a lot of us are really nervous about what kind of content we're going to post, what we're going to put out there, how can we add value. And I think at the end of the day, you need to find what you're passionate about and roll with it. And I've been, in the last 6 years in solar, I've been extremely passionate about just trying to do the right thing for my client so that I can bank on referral business. And I've been lucky enough to take advantage of that. So my success really comes down to the fact that, I threw my inhibitions to the side. I said, I have something here that I know can add value to the community. I'm going to put it out there and make the best of it. And so the first couple of weeks of the Sizing Matters training has been more successful than I thought. It's gotten me tagged as a mentor on way more projects than I thought was going to happen. And it's also somehow, some way, I don't know, garnered its way into the eyes of some realtor out in the Houston, Texas area that's about ready to onboard him and his 22 agents. So Super excited about what's ahead, and happy to be here as always, man. Thanks for the time.
Dude, that is massive success. And thank you for sharing that, Jason. For those of you who have not attended the past 2 weeks, Sizing Matter is a truly incredible training, providing tremendous value, really diving into the nitty-gritty details of sizing a system properly. And for those of you who have asked, how do I size a system for a homeowner who just moved in, but they don't have a bill? Before, we used to refer them to this video that Brunasso and I did like 4 years ago. And it's pretty simple, but it's
great
simple
video, by
math.
the way. Super informative video too.
It works, right? I mean, it's on the basics, but if you want to take this, you know, to the Chinese algebra level, right? I mean, just really deep dive into it, the metrics, you have to check out Jason's training, Sizing Matter. Drop the link in the chat if you can, Jason. The past 2 recordings, really, really good. And just another reason for you to step up on this platform, become a leader, host a training, give yourself like Jason has, and look, it's 10x in return, right? He didn't do this to get tagged on deals and to grow a team. He did it to help the team. And what is he getting in return from that, right? Mentor deals, people, you know, his team is growing. So it just goes to show when you can give yourself, man, and do it without expecting anything in return, how you get rewarded. So awesome job, Jason. Appreciate that. Love that. Anybody else have another win that they'd like to share? David Steele, I just saw you came off of mute. You want to say what's up?
Oh, hey everybody, and happy Tuesday. I don't know. I'm getting excited for RoofCon in Florida, and just kind of focusing on that, bringing on some more enterprise accounts. Yeah. But big wins. A couple of my more challenging NEM2s, the last little ones that are hanging, you know, the troublemakers are finally getting done. I think by next week I'll have them done. That's like.
Hey, those are wins. Anytime you can get glass on the roof, and then more importantly to PTO, because, you know, I think a lot of us are dealing with that. Just because you get glass on the roof, job is not over, right? We got to get that power switch flipped up, turned on, and getting them some credit. So kudos to anybody working their projects all the way through to the end. It's very important.
I helped a movie producer who literally wanted to direct every aspect of this project from start to finish.
Yeah, and some might say you can release it during Halloween because it was a thriller, right? Yeah, not every aspect of it is beautiful, but this is construction, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to give a win and a shout out to my boy Alvin out in Florida, who partnered up with me, found me on Instagram, said, dude, you got me. I remember he said, you got me so excited, I cannot even sleep. How do we hook up and do this? He had massive roof projects, tagged me on some deals. His first deal, sub 60 installation, glass went on the roof on Friday. He just got a commission pop. He is fired up. Now he's out there networking, ready to crush it. So great job, Alvin. Mad love to you, brother. And we're going to take this to the moon. Bill, what's up, bro? What you got?
Hey, just wanted to chime in. I'll kind of second David's thing. You know, I had a couple NEM2s, and I will have them all to PTO by Friday, I believe. So, you know, some of those were paid months ago, but I want to applaud, you know, some of the people in the new process. You know, I've had a couple of huddle calls, and those sped things up and created understanding between my org support, myself, and where, you know, Powur's coming, or some of the different departments of Powur, our install partners, our roofing partners. So those can be helpful, used, you know, surgically or strategically. So that's my win. I'm looking forward also. I am headed to RoofCon myself, and then to a special battery training at the NC State Solar House in Raleigh, where I started my journey in 2010, so 13 years ago.
Very cool. Love it, Bill. And yeah, you actually touched on something. that I'm not sure everybody is aware of. But let's just let the cat out of the bag because, oh, Deborah, you got something to say?
I heard.
Oh, all right, we're gonna go and mute Deborah. Listen, sometimes, well, we all know communication is everything. And when you're working a ticketing system, it has its place. It works. If you work it, you do it the right way. But sometimes, have you guys ever sent a text and it got lost in translation, like maybe tone or what you were trying to say didn't come exactly out the way you meant to or something? Right now, so Powur just launched a new feature for project managers to where if you're going back and forth and it requires it, and obviously we don't want to take advantage of this, so use it sparingly when it makes sense, but you can now get a team huddle link where you can book on their calendar to actually have a face-to-face with the PM, go over the issue, the project, and communicate it through to work on a resolution. So I actually just found out about this recently. It sounds like Bill just took advantage of it and was able to use it, and it helped him out with his project. So it's not something that's just readily available, but if you're having an issue on a project and it requires an actual like face-to-face or communication, ask the PM for their huddle link. They will send it to you. You can book a time for that specific project. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Yeah, David Steele says in the chat, I've used it and it's super helpful. So good stuff there. With that said, anybody else have any other wins they'd like to share over the week? No? All right. Well, with that said, can we get back to my man, Jonathan, who was gone for 45 freaking days across the pond? Dude, I'm going to be honest. I missed you, bro. I think we all did a little bit.
Thanks. Yeah, definitely missed you guys too. Our weekly engagement meetings and chatting, texting all the time. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it is good to be back. Why don't you tell us about your trip a little bit, dude? Like how'd it go and, any insights and,
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Jarret, for holding it down while I was gone, and the other leaders as well. I do want to fill you in a little bit on just the trip, the vacation, working remote, what I was able to accomplish during the time gone. And then, I'd also like to just cover what we're going to be talking about next week as well. The industry is going through some major changes, interest rates, hundreds of companies going BK. And this is really, really pivotal time for us more than ever. What activities you have to do in a down market, what we need to focus on moving forward. So I look forward to getting into depth on the industry state of the union next week, guys, on Tuesday. And then, we have the weekly newsletter that was sent out yesterday as well. We could look at a few things there, and Powur calendar. We have lots of trainings and updates and things like that. So today is really just a catch up, if you will. There's nothing, really epic important. We do have a change order training for Tier 3 Forum next week, which is really important. A lot of people were pushing for that as well. So that's kind of the agenda today. So with that, it's awesome to be back. 45 days overseas. Thanks to Powur and everything we've been able to accomplish, a lot of us can take vacations for a few weeks and still make thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. I don't want to brag, but like in those 40 days, because of revenue share, loan rebates, the deals that I've sold, the project managers, and even Ashley here, and everyone that helps work the business. And I've had an assistant helping me as well. And I was able to make, over 6 figures while I'm on vacation for 40 days, thanks to Powur and all the work I've done for, 3-4 years. So it was truly amazing to take away time, disconnect 45 days. My brother and I started in Portugal for 2 weeks, and we were working remote. There's this co-work, co-living place called Outsite. If you want to write it down or put in the chat, Outsite. You can literally go, there's working cafes, rooms and floors of nomads and people working around the country. And these locations are pretty inexpensive. So we started there for 2 weeks, working remote, living in Portugal for a week or two, which was pretty amazing. And then our parents joined us because the whole point of this trip was my dad's 60th birthday, October 7th. And so they met us in Portugal, and there began our 35 day vacation. And if you've recently taken a vacation or have some favorite spots, you know, put it in the chat or let us know what trips you have coming up. I'd love to hear from it as well. So the travel and trip, guys, in Jarret was Portugal, Lisbon, and Porto. And Portugal, I want to impress upon you, is an amazing country. They're nice people. A lot of them speak English. Portuguese is similar to Spanish. They also speak Spanish. And the history and cobblestones and thin streets, walking up hills all day long, and the way of life there, it's amazing. I highly, highly encourage you to check out Portugal. So we did that, and then we went over to Spain. We did Madrid and Barcelona. And if you think you speak Spanish, they speak Catalan Spanish and other forms of Spanish. And Spain was awesome. Didn't like it as much as Italy and Portugal, though. And after Spain, we went over to Italy, my first time in Italy. And we did Salerno, Amalfi Coast. We went up to, oh boy, was it Florence? And then we went to Venice. And Venice is amazing. And, you know, Italy really left an impact upon me. I want to give you guys a few takeaways. You know, in Europe, especially in Italy, they walk everywhere. Everything is walkable. And they're passionate about what they do. And even the restaurant servers, they know what's fresh and what's not and what's out of stock. And they're older professionals working in restaurants. And even something as simple as their morning cafe, the espresso at the bar, standing up, sipping the espresso, taking that moment in their lives. Everything they do is just more intentional. It's also healthier. The food over there, guys, they don't carry around like energy drinks and processed crap. Like it doesn't exist. So just, it was incredible to see the way of life, the walking, the habits, the patterns, the portion sizes, a little bit less hustle and bustle. And Venice, you know, was truly amazing. And then wrapping this up, we then went to Paris. We've all been to Paris before, so it was great to see the Eiffel. And then we went to London.
Hold on real quick. Did
nights.
you run into some people at Paris?
Yeah, no, thanks for the reminder. So in Italy, Irene, Waylon, and Megan from corporate flew from Paris to Italy and joined us for a day and a night because, you know, Irene and Tom, of course, won the Emily Budd Award. So they were in Paris together at the same time, and Rick was there as well. I don't know if Rick wants to share, but it was so cool to see Irene and Megan in Italy. Yeah, for a little bit.
I mean, from afar, being on Facebook and seeing all your guys' posts and seeing like literally the Powur squad out there in Europe. And yeah, Irene and Rick Joseph were both out there because of the Emily Budd Award, which Tom Cotter won the year before. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the award, it's literally named after Jonathan's mom, and it's about the people who embody her spirit. Her goal in life, her dream was to go to Paris. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us and passed. And so they created the award. And yeah, Rick Joseph and Irene won it this year. And so they were out there fulfilling that trip. So it was very cool to see you guys all out there online.
Yeah, you know, it was magical. It was surreal, honestly, just to be out there for so long and then be able to hang out with them as well. And have some of the business that we've developed kind of run itself as well, and take a pause and regather during that time and kind of come back refreshed and renewed with a new focus and step into things differently and moving forward here. Yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell the last 45 days.
Cool, man. Well, like I said, dude, we missed you, and it was cool to see your adventures online and, you know, living the life of a virtual solar pro with that location independence and the time freedom and the flexibility to spend that cherished time with your father out there for his birthday. So cool stuff. Thank you for sharing that, Jonathan. So yeah, this week, you guys, we're going to keep it super light. As Jonathan mentioned, he's going to do a State of the Union address next Tuesday, and that will be the day before the masterclass that following Wednesday. But I think this is a good time to maybe go through Powur Calendar. Jonathan, you want to go through, open up Powur Calendar, you know, and kind of just show you guys, it's important to stay plugged in. Stay plugged into the training, stay plugged into what's going on, being on the Powur Pioneers page. We talked about it last week. It's about being at the campfire, right? Staying alive. You stay out of the trainings, you stay off the Pioneers, right? You're out there, you're a solopreneur by yourself, you will wither and die. And next thing you know, we don't see you anymore. So keep showing up, show up to the trainings. That's how, you know, you will have a successful career. I don't know anyone that does it by themselves, literally no one. So what do we have for trainings coming up, Jonathan?
Yeah, let's take a look. And to your point, Jarret, especially right now more than ever, like I mentioned already, the industry, some of the struggles, year-over-year installs across our industry are down 40 to 70%, guys, in some markets. So it's going back in time, you know, for those of us that were selling in 2015, when it was selling a 15-cent lease against 19-cent utility prices. So whoever can put in the time, do the relationship selling, trainings, really dig in 12, 18 months, you'll be the ones to thrive. And we'll get into that more next week. So let's take a quick look at Powur Calendar. We can even touch on the newsletter from yesterday as well. So Powur Calendar, you know, right here today, we had SPAN, our smart panel, which is amazing. Every Tuesday at 9 a.m. you can learn about SPAN, our Tuesday training right here. Of course, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but market development meetings. If you're in Florida, California, Nevada, you want to learn about those markets, connect with leaders in those markets, see who the best tier 3 mentors are, listen to the operations manager update. You've got to be jumping into some of the market development meetings. You can also watch them. They're recorded, and then they're uploaded to knowledge base under coverage maps as well. So obviously today, Florida market development meeting, and make sure, you know, Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to check that as well. End phase training here in about an hour with Spencer, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's a great market, by the way. So they're fast install times. The net metering is good. The rates are going through the roof. We all know it's hot as hell in Nevada, where I live, you know, 70% of my time. So if you want to learn more about Nevada, check that out. Colorado, Utah, Idaho. Tomorrow, there's the Powur Live Breakthrough Mastermind. And I'm going to tell you that next week is Master Class. We're going to have Jim Bunch, Charles Thompson, Jonathan Budd live on stage from Powur headquarters for Master Class next week. We should see that here on the calendar in just a second. More market development meetings. The Carolinas are very popular for solar. Hawaii is even doing well. We have some different tier 3 Hawaii mentors. And guys, just to give you a glimmer of hope for California, those of you that think that solar's not going to return or it's so hard here, we have higher electric rates in some of our utilities than Hawaii does. And Hawaii figured it out years ago. Solar and batteries make sense. It's on every single house. They took 3-4 years to figure it out once net metering was killed, to even have the battery technology and figure out how to sell solar. So if Hawaii can do it and put solar and batteries on all mostly all homes, all hotels, everything, it's only going to get better and better and better here in California.
Oh, and
then,
Jonathan, if I could just touch on that really quick, is that when Hawaii went through that change and got rid of net metering, to your point, the technology for batteries wasn't there. The pricing was not there. The lease options were not there. We're coming into it in California with way better batteries, a lot less expensive, better lease options, and now you can do it with non-backup, which brings the price even lower. That wasn't even an option out in Hawaii. So we are set up for success here in California.
Love it.
And it's not taking very long at all.
Between the batteries and Everbright and Sonova, and I know we're going to work on more on the proposal tools and change orders and software, and Powur Vision is just getting started. Yeah, we are primed to succeed and win when 100 companies are filing BK during this time. So it is really our moment. It may feel down, it may feel like a downturn, but this is really our pivotal time. Tomorrow, speaking about leases and third-party owned PPAs, that is now making up 40 to 50% of our product mix, guys. So if you're not offering a lease PPA to your homeowner and you don't have that number readily available, and they don't want to output a lot of cash or take out a big loan, they just want some savings, you're doing an in-service to your customers, right? You need to be able to ask the discovery questions and be able to pitch leases and PPAs right now more than ever, especially with the high interest rates. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock Pacific, California market development meeting per usual every single week. And just to breeze through a few more things here, Melissa Dawson does a enterprise open forum. I believe Rachel McDonald has one here in the calendar as well. More market development meetings. There is the enterprise training. I believe Rachel and Paris run this one Thursdays at 1. That's something I would put down on the calendar that's becoming more and more important. Powur Enterprise. Franklin battery trainings Thursdays. Coffee with closers. Some of the closers here on Fridays. And SunGage, one of our better lenders, better dealer fees right now as well. And I think they just got into Powur Vision. Is that right?
They did. Yes, they did. Yes, SunGage is now officially in Vision, which was a huge win.
Yeah. And then building with Bobby, this training is great as well. If you could attend some of those, he really just brings the motivation. He has a unique personality style. He repeats himself, but everything he says comes true. And the more and more you listen to him and do what he says and where he says we're headed, you know, in my 4 years here, he's such a important piece of why Powur is the way it is today. And he recruited me, as a matter of fact.
And then he placed me with you.
That's
That's
right.
how this whole thing happened.
Now we're here 4 years later. Thanks to Bobby Smith. Shout out, Bobby. My brother and I, guys, we do what's called Rooted Mondays. A little bit of mindfulness, meditation, a little bit of breath work, breathing. Some of you already attend this. Every Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific. Get your week off right. Get into the right frame of mind, your health, your body, some meditation, some breathing. We do that for free for you guys. Chris and I, we hire a practitioner to come on to Zoom and do that every Monday. That's really been helpful for us over the years to achieve everything we've achieved. And then wrapping up the last few days of the weeks here, more market development meetings. Monday forum, if you're a tier 3 mentor, this is pretty much required. 12 Pacific, tier 3 Monday forum. And again, next Monday, they're doing change orders. Bianca, who's amazing, her boss, Daniel DiFiore, the customer service management team is really good, and it's only getting better. So that's going to be on the Monday forum. Puerto Rico, Tesla training, market developments, Powur Hour. Guys, if you're trying to build your business, invite guests to watch our Power Hour every Monday, 5 Pacific. My first 2 years in the business, I would text people, hey, do you want to jump on Monday? Do you want to listen to it with me? I used to have a spreadsheet of reps and leads I was following up with to try to get them to join Power. And I would remind them, hey, check out Power Hour. Are you going to be on? I'd like to invite you personally. So don't forget about some of those activities and practices if you're trying to build your business. And that's the recap for Power Calendar. It's a super powerful tool, pun intended, to have some trainings, put them on your calendar here. And yeah, I think that sums up Power Calendar.
Very good, man. Yeah. I think it's very important. I have new team members and people hit me up and they go, oh yeah, when is that? Or what's the link? And I just want to go, come on, man. So smack them in the back of the head. Powercalendar.com. That should be bookmarked. And if you want to take it to the next level for the ones like Tuesday training, for sure, you should be, this should be on your Google Calendar with the link set up as a recurring event. Building with Bobby, if you're trying to build a team, the Monday forum, definitely the tier 3 mentor every single Monday. And then your market development meeting. There are like 3 to 4 meetings, at least 2 to 3, bare minimum. I mean, you should be on this one and your market development meeting at a very minimum. If you're looking to build a team, you should be with Bobby and, the Monday forum. And then if you're a tier 3, you need to be on that tier 3 call every single week. So yeah, it's very important. Very important. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, I was talking about you, bro. I was talking about you. I see you in the chat. It's all good, man. You hear.
Most answers are check knowledge base, check Power Calendar. Like that answers almost everything.
God, we should do a training on knowledge base to show them how much information is truly back there. And at some point we should do the power play too, show everybody that, because that's an incredible resource that Power put together for all of you guys. Literally almost anything that you want to know in regards to solar, whether it's how to close a deal, how to generate leads, how to do door knocking, how to send out mailers or flyers, social media, everything is on there on the Power Play. Play.power.com. As long as you have your Power login, it'll take you right there. Yeah, recruiting, links for tips for LinkedIn, targeting industries, how to talk about real estate with yours, John Brunasso, right? So definitely check out powerplay.com or play.power.com. Yeah, creating a list for team building. Luis Perez, one of the best in the biz.
Great reminder, Jarret. I do think we should spend some time going over knowledge base on this Tuesday training here, as well as Power Play. That would be some great content. And they're always updating this with new videos, guys. So make sure to bookmark this as well. And then the last thing on Power Calendar, again, I mentioned earlier, but next week, usually one of the first Wednesdays of the month, Masterclass Immersive. It's a couple hours here with some in-depth training. Jonathan Budd, CEO call, Jim Bunch, Charles, and a few of you will actually be going to the headquarters in San Diego for this as well. And they'll be filming more content for Power Play at these masterclass masterminds with the top leaders and leadership council. So I might stop by, I'm not sure yet, but make sure to bookmark next Wednesday. And now more than ever, reinvesting in your business, reinvesting in personal development, reinvesting in training, lead gen, BNI, relationship selling, guys. It's more important than ever. The holidays is coming. Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, we tend to have a little bit of a slowdown. I can't stress how important it is to really focus right now. All right. And then I just wanted to touch on this. I skimmed it yesterday, as I do every Monday, but I'm not sure if anything stood out from the weekly newsletter for you. Jonathan Budd's section here is always motivational and inspiring, and it's got capital letters from our CEO. Screw that. You're an unstoppable warrior. real mission, real purpose. 2 days left in October to close it out with the bang. If your customers are trying to get a tax credit, you know, their solar needs to be installed, or maybe their CPA is okay with them signing a contract this year, double check with your CPA. So use that as a sense of urgency. But read his section as he types that out every Monday for us. There are some contests going on, Solar Edge and Span. You guys probably touched on this the last few weeks here, but shout out to Mike Patterson, Jordan Shaw, and a few other of you on the teams selling Solar Edge batteries. Span Smart Panel, again, shout out Mike Patterson in Florida, and anybody else here on the list, Bill Conley, that sold the Span Smart Panel here. Matthew Tiffany, Louis Rangel, Jordan Shaw again there. And that goes until December 31st for some of these contests. Virtual site survey is ending. That's a good thing. We're still doing on-demand site surveying, where we actually put a ladder up to the roof, check the attic, check the electrical, but that 12 photo pack that the sales rep or the homeowner could take in the app and submit it off, that is ending. And I truly believe that that's good news.
Can I speak on that for just really quick? Because I love Powur, how we're innovative, forward thinking, and I understand the idea behind the virtual site survey. Quick, right? I mean, for certain homes on a basic system, no battery, standard roof, nice panel, it works. It could work. But I feel in this environment, deals are getting a little bit more complicated. There's more batteries involved. You know, with roofing, it's just because you take a picture of the roof doesn't know if it's good, but it could be, you know, asphalt shingle over wood shake. And it's like, you really need to get someone to the house. So I wasn't aware that it was ending, but I like that. You know, it's going to eliminate errors up front, which could domino effect and delay a project.
And some of the customer service reviews were like, oh, too many site visits or checks, and we would have to do this, then send someone out, or then do a roof check. And like you said, batteries are on every project in California now. We have to check the concrete tile roofs now, and most homes, hardly any homes are within 10 years or newer. So yeah, this was creating more bad experiences than good experiences. And honestly, thanks to Powur, you know, they pivot, adapt, and change more than any other company I've seen. And they're only a few years into the business, where other nationwide companies have been around for 14 years, 16 years, 11 years. So yeah, that's a change. Healthcare, Clearwater Health Insurance. We have something called Powur Health. I have Clearwater Health Insurance. Go to Knowledge Base to learn more. You know, I pay like $320 a month for some basic health insurance, but check it out. Health insurance, Clearwater. You can go to Knowledge Base for that. Some Puerto Rico updates here. And the marketing center is filled with flyers, product flyers, a lot of cool stuff. So make sure to click in these links and check out the flyers. And if you want to see more about Puerto Rico here. Enterprise, we mentioned that with Rachel McDonald every Thursday at 1 Pacific. Power Play, like you mentioned, Jarret, here as a reminder for our reps to check out. If you'd like this book, Selling Solar, it's only $12. And one of our very own executives who runs the training department, Daniel Housen, he's the one that actually wrote this book. So hopefully we're getting a discount, but it's $12.99 here in Powur Outlet. And speaking of Powur Outlet, you all should have got the email where you can now send your customers, even automatically, these closing gifts. Look at you, Jerry. You got the book. Nice.
Yeah, I got it at Powur World 2023. You know, it pays to be there.
Selling solar.
I just need to read it.
Right. And again, these gifts here, right? So if you have a client that just installed, you're going to knock the neighborhood, you want to give them a nice gift right now, If you have a referral ambassador partner that's giving you a lot of referrals, you want to send them a nice gift. Touch points, referrals, ambassadors. This is so important. It's just a fraction of money to touch in and send these off to your clients, guys. Some new mounting technology from Unirac. So there's a flyer that Powur Marketing has given us. Good posts for social media, good things to send to your clients as a touch point, and then some success stories from the field as well. Shout out to, I think it's Malia here.
Malia King.
Yeah, you know, she's grabbing the horn, bull by the horn. She's getting out there. She's walking around town to real estate offices with Adam D'Arcy. They're recruiting real estate offices. They're training in front of real estate offices. As we all know, real estate and mortgage lending is tanking, guys, and there's lawsuits out there that might really shake up the commissions of real estate. More than ever do real estate people need another source of income. So shout out to her and Adam D'Arcy. They're going after all the realtors, real estate offices, trying to get in front of realtors, do a free training, sponsor a breakfast. That's the way to do it. Get ambassadors, get them signed on as a consultant. Yeah, she's posting on social media, making it happen, whether it's, you know, fake it till you make it or just getting out there. Big props to her as well.
Yeah, and can I just take this time, because I know a lot of people come on these trainings, right? And they're like, what's the secret sauce? Where do I get some leads, right? Because we all need some leads, you know, to close some deals. And I'll tell you what the freaking secret sauce is, man. Get out there, talk to some freaking realtors. Talk to realtors. Like Jonathan said, they're hurting right now. You think it's tough in solar, right? Interest rates are high. Try getting someone to sell their house and convincing them to leave their 3% mortgage to go buy a house at 10% or 8% right now. It's just not happening, right? So, you know, the smart ones, they saved a bag for these downtimes, but there's a lot of those that were flying out to Vegas every weekend and blowing their money. And now they're like, what do I do? These realtors are trusted sources of knowledge for their clients, and solar's not going anywhere. It's either on every house or it's going to be on every single house. And for a realtor to become a trusted solar realtor, to be educated in the market, and they have a book of business, you guys, they help them with their clients with the biggest transaction of their lives. Most people love their realtor. They got them into their dream home or into their starter home. And when that realtor reaches out to a client and says, hey guys, have you guys thought about solar on your house? I know, you know, solar's pretty popular, but I realized you guys didn't have solar on your house. I actually connected with the company, trusted, best warranty in the industry, and can really take care of you guys. Do you want me to get them to get you a free quote? Start saving some money. I know times are tough. It'd be great to save some money, you know, add some equity to your home. When the people say it, they go, absolutely. When you turn a realtor onto the Powur platform, what can you do? Either A, $1,000 ambassadors all day long, $1,000 ambassadors. And they'd be like, okay, that sounds cool. I'm down with that. But 2, you offered them to join the Powur platform, do a 3-4 hour training, $85 a month. And now they can make 3 to 4 times that, split the commission with you. That's a no-brainer for them right now. I always talk about the story. I got my boy Alex, who I reached out to, literally on a cold call, reached out to him, saw that he closed on a property, offered my services to him and his client, heard that he you know, I picked up, he was interested about the solar, offered him to join Powur. He did. We made 30 grand in his first 30 days with Powur from him reaching out to clients. Here's the other thing, you guys. When someone joins the platform, what do they have to do? They have to sell it with who? They have to sell it with a tier 3 seller. So you bring someone on board, that is not only you growing your team, but you are also generating leads. So there's your nuggets. There's your secret sauce, right? You want to generate some leads? Go network with some realtors. They could use the money, the extra stream of cash, and you never know when you're going to find a solar realtor like Jonathan Brunasso, right? Jonathan Brunasso is a solar realtor he was a realtor, got into solar, and now look at him. So go find your Jonathan Brunasso. There are so many other realtors here on the platform that are successful. And so, yeah, I just wanted, hopefully you guys are getting something out of that. Want to provide some value for you.
Well said, Jarret. It's the same story. We say this over and over. It's in Power Play. We train on it. We just need that reminder. And being a solar realtor, quick success story. Years ago, I helped someone go solar in La Puente Hacienda Heights. They reached out to me, Jonathan, we need to sell our home. Do you know anyone that can sell the home? So I said, yes, my business partner, Jacob Sodek, this real estate agent, 25 years in the business, he'll help you. And in 12 days, he closed to an investor. He closed the house while I'm in Europe, all because I built a relationship with my clients. She knew I was a solar realtor. She wanted to sell her house. My referral on that was $4,500. In 12 days, that deal was sold. And I didn't do anything. It was just a referral to my boy, who's a real estate agent. So solar, real estate, referrals, it goes back and forth both ways, multiple income streams. That's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Cynthia Alvidrez, right? She took #1 closer in the state of California. You know what her main thing that she does weekly, religiously? She goes to real estate offices, you guys. She goes there, partners with them, meets with them, educates them, and helps their clients go solar. You know, success leaves clues.
Love it.
Make it happen.
Good stuff today, Jarret.
Cool, cool. Well, with that being said, anything else you want to share? Like I said, we're going to keep it light this week. We got a ton coming up next week. State of the Union on Tuesday. We have master class that following Wednesday. We showed you all the other trainings to attend. Sizing matters. Is that mañana? Jason, you still? Is he on here? Yep.
Yeah, I'm still here. I
Give a
am
plug,
running
dude.
it tomorrow, 1 p.m. I'm getting ready to put the post on the Facebook Pioneers page right now.
Why don't you drop it in the chat if you have it to your Calendly? You guys, take the time, register for this. It is a can't miss. And we got to get this on Power Calendar. I'm telling you, best value out there, Jonathan. You've been gone the past couple of weeks. Jason's the new king of training. I cannot say it enough, man. I mean, just providing tremendous value for the team. So everyone go on the chat, click the link. It's on a Calendly. I don't know why he does it this way, but he has his reasons. Wow. But click on this.
I gotta get compliance and corporate approval, because at the end of the day, guys, I mean, full transparency, I'm using tools outside of Power. And so I have to walk the line carefully, because, you know, at the end of the day, Power's in my veins. But as a solar professional, having been in the game before I joined the platform 3.5 years ago, you know, I have the things that I know have been an attribution to my success. So I have to be very, very careful, because I want to do what's best for all of us.
Dude, I don't think there's anything. Open Solar is an open platform for all solar pros. People use it. There's nothing wrong with using Open Solar. It is another tool in the toolbox, right? Utilize all tools that you can to gain a competitive advantage. And so, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong in my eyes using Open Solar. I can't tell you how honored I am truly for all of your support. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to the team and see if we can get it on Power Calendar. For sure. Thanks,
guys.
That. So with that being said, click on there. You guys make sure to join that training. It will help you out immensely. We can go ahead and wrap. You know what? Ann asked, can we do a training for Open Solar? Oh, that's a good topic. Maybe we'll do that one of these weeks. But yeah, if you join Jason's training tomorrow, you will learn a lot about it and how it works. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and wrap up this week's recording, and then we can stick around for a little bit of office hours. If that sounds good for you. Everybody down with that?
Sounds
Jonathan?
Good. Game on.
Cool, brother. Well, glad to have you back. Game on, everybody. Happy Halloween, and we will see you next week.
See you mañana.